Hey, it's Dick here with today's Life App. I'm glad you've joined us here in the great outdoors. We're in the Kootenays and having a great time. I hope you're enjoying these segments as we post them regularly, and please tell your friends about them. Facebook them and let them know. And go to our Dick and Joan events page to learn more about what's going on, conferences we're at, and so on. In a previous Life App, I talked about the advantage or the purpose of testing and trials. You know, it's common to all of us. We all go through testing and trials. And we just aren't able to escape. Someone said this: you're either going into a trial, you're in a trial, or you're just coming out of a trial. We're either in one of those three phases. Well, unfortunately, it seems like that's true, that we're facing a variety of trials. And here's what the scripture says: faith under pressure. This is the Message translation, James chapter 1. Consider it a sheer gift, friends, when tests and challenges come at you from all sides. Not easy to do. Consider it a sheer gift. As a matter of fact, it's rather hard, When you're actually in the trial, sometimes you don't feel like there's ever a way out. But there's a reason it's a gift. God has a different priority than ours. When it comes to building a ministry, a business, an institution, while those things are really important to us, it appears to God they're not nearly as important as the character that He's building inside of us, and the work that is eternal inside of us that will stay with us forever and ever. That's God's priorities with us. And I know that in my own personal experience, things that I've gone through, when I've seen things that I've built changed, or I've seen them lose when they've been lost to me, at least, I just have wondered, why, God? Why didn't you intervene? But of course, God looks at the whole circumstance and our situation differently. He looks at your situation. Maybe your business failed. But God can raise up a new business, and that's the fact. Something about heavenly treasure, it's different than earthly treasure. Value in heaven are the things of integrity, the things that God puts in us, the gifts that God puts in us. God's measure of success is different than ours. It's common when you go to a convention of leaders, pastors, leaders, whatever. The pastors that have large churches are considered the most successful. Pastors of smaller churches are not as successful. But I don't believe that God measures success that way. In fact, I know He doesn't. There's this one church that I know very well in Edmonton, Alberta, pastored by a woman who is a wonderful person. Her name is Eve. But that Eve's church, over the past years, has consistently given half of their budget to missions. Maybe that's the most successful church in Canada. Who knows? But that's all I'm doing is illustrating that God uses a different measure. And there are some things that God can only accomplish in our lives here on earth, in this environment. That evil and good exist together in this environment. It doesn't exist in heaven that way, and it doesn't exist in hell. There's evil in hell, and there's good in heaven. But there is, in this earthly realm, evil and good together, and it allows us to make choices, and only certain things are really accomplished in our lives. Something else that testings and trials do is that they teach us obedience. It's something to, especially certain trials and tests in our lives, which are caused by disobedience. We make the wrong choice, and then terrible consequences come upon us. Well, those trials do teach us. They teach us to change our choices. They correct things in our lives. It's a good thing to go through a trial, especially even if it's made by your own choice, if that changes you forever and ever, eternally. That, in God's eyes, is successful. So let's think about today's Life App. Trials and testings are a precious gift because they produce eternal rewards in our life.